Return of the Mac. I gotta start it over. I wanna know, yeah. Oh yeah,
We're on?
yeah, we're live.
Oh, you already know, baby. It's them WLM boys. I'm your host, Freddie
What you know
Valoy.
about them WLM boys?
Yeah.
What you know about them?
Yeah, we were just looking at tracksuits to put our fucking logo on, guys, because that's the kind of
Dipset.
news station. That's the kind of news station we
Dipset.
are, baby. All right. And before we get going, let's get you in the right mindset with the best intro song in the world.
Welcome to World Local News. Recording live from Raleigh, North Carolina, in front of no audience. World Local News, 80% news,
Dude,
20%
rubber pencil.
bullshit. You've got questions? So do we. Like my grandmother always says, don't knock it till you try it 8 times. I'm not wearing pants. World Local News. Everything is fucked.
He just dabbed.
TikTok. A TikTok.
Let's get on
gosh.
with the show.
Welcome back to World Local News. I'm your host, Freddie Valoy,
I'm your co-host, Greg Perlman.
and we're here to bring you the news. We're 80%. What is it? Is it 80% news, 20% bullshit? Is that
That's what we're about.
Is that what it is? Is it 20% or is it the opposite? It's the 80-20 rule.
It's the 80-20. We're giving you 80% news, and the 20% bullshit is we're going to bring some laughs.
Yeah, I like that.
We're going to make you think.
Yeah, here's the thing too: is that 80-20 could flip at any moment. So fuck you guys at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
This
tell
is
us
our
what
show.
to do. This is
our
our
show.
new show. We're gonna give you, what we're gonna talk about today too. What are we gonna talk about, Greg?
All right, we got a hot show.
We're gonna catch up on the holidays, guys. We got some opinions about the holidays. We got some stories. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna warm each other's hearts. Then we're gonna move on to Joe Biden's cabinet. We're gonna talk about Joe Biden's cabinet because we're going back to America when it was great third and military-industrial complex war. That whole conversation.
Freddie, after that, I want to talk about aliens.
There we go. And not the Mexican kind, guys. We're talking about extraterrestrial aliens. Extraterrestrial ones.
All right. After that, I want to get into some pop culture news. I want to talk about this whole movement of celebrity influencer
Boxing
boxers.
matches. I think that's going to be the future. We're going to talk about that as well. Greg, what else we got going?
And then the last topic is we're going to cover what the latest with Trump and Trumpism, what's going on with that.
I like that. It sounds like we're going to have some good discussion there. Guys, if you want to look for us, follow the World Local News Instagram account, World Local News on YouTube. If you like the episode, share it with a friend, guys. It's very simple, all right? Check out some of my projects, Fred Talk, more philosophical, funny shit where I divulge my insecurities, or I have conversations with people about their life and, things that they've been through and stuff like that. And then also Date Live with Freddie Valoy is a dating show that I have.
Is it coming back?
It's coming back, baby. I bought a suit for it and everything. Yeah,
Ooh-wee.
we're gonna be streaming to all different platforms. So it's gonna be on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook as well, Twitch. All right, we got to increase the dating pool. So Date Live is where I interview single people for 20 minutes, and if you like him, you get to slide up into DMs.
Shout out to Freddie Valoy, the content machine. I'm
I'm-
just a content engine.
Bro, I'm like Doctor Strange, bro. I'm pulling from different dimensions and shit, just fucking pulling off energies.
I love it.
Yeah, dude, I'm entering pocket dimensions here, guys. So follow me, YouTube, Freddie Valoy. Greg, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at G Perlman.
There we go.
That's about it.
Yeah,
You can friend me on Facebook, but
I just had a
don't
thought
know
about
why.
you playing a saxophone on a street corner.
I'm gonna do it.
Right? That sounds like
I'm gonna learn saxophone and I'm gonna play it on a corner.
I feel like that's for you, bro.
I'm more of like a trash can fire sing
With a group of
doo-wop.
dudes.
Yeah, like sing doo-wop around the fire.
okay? What am
Yeah,
I?
some
What do you
soul
think I am?
music.
You're like a musical dude. I'm not very musical. What do you see me as?
I feel like you would shine like setting up some like some like paint cans and doing like a drum thing.
Oh,
I think that'd be perfect
I would
for you.
fuck up the drums, bro.
Yeah,
I would throw
flourish.
jokes in there too.
You'd
I would
flourish.
do the drums like hibachi and start flipping the buckets and shit. Fucking
Yep.
pra-ta-ta.
Yep.
Maybe even cross it over with street magic as well. But like, grandma, check
Street
your
magic.
purse. There's a grandma, check your purse, and there's like a little bucket inside her purse, like a small bucket.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think about maybe like if you were gonna do street magic? I see you more as like a 3-card Monty guy.
Oh wow, I like 3-card money. I like that. I like the whole like the illusion. But if you win big there, at least in the Bronx when I used to go to Fordham Road, if you win big, you walk around the corner, you get fucked up, and they take the money back.
real
So
quick. Yeah.
be careful if you're winning big, because at the end the other shoe's gonna drop, and
Yeah.
that shoe's probably gonna be a black Air Force One.
When you play 3-card Monty, you have to use the buddy system.
Yeah.
When you're playing, like have some security, have a bodyguard on hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you have as your bodyguard? In your friend group. Now you can't hire like a mercenary or anything.
I mean,
Unless you know a mercenary personally.
it might be you.
I could do that.
It might be you. Although, like, you'd probably try and talk it out verbally first. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
You do like to avoid conflict, but you have the killer within.
That is that's the challenge, because most guys don't want to fight. Most guys can't fight.
I used to love it though.
Yeah,
It's
most guys don't really want to fight, and I can see that in their eyes, and I'm like, dude, we don't want to do this.
Would you
guy.
pick me?
for a fight team? I would have you grab the coats and the girls and take them to the car. Every group needs a guy.
That's high praise. That's high praise.
Every group needs a guy.
But that means you would trust me to manage a group of people. That's high praise.
Absolutely.
That's high praise.
We got into an altercation one time. Me and my buddies were walking, and shit was gonna pop off. We walked up the block. We had girls with us, and it was just like jealousy shit.
Yeah.
And these dudes are like, it's like the drug dealers on the block, like, hey yo, and fucking, we were like, all right, let's fucking, you want to throw down with us? Let's do it. And my buddy Danny, I go, yo, take the girls and get them out of here. He fucking immediately took the girls and got them out of here. He didn't get all fucking, nah, bro, I'm gonna sit here and fight. He knew his place. He was honest with his level of toughness, and we needed those girls out of there so that we didn't have to worry about them.
It's like in Avengers: Infinity War where they make the Hulk sit out because he can't turn green.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Hey, dude, you gonna do anything? No. All right. Well, why don't you just Why don't you just
a
get
lot
to
of people were
safety?
mad about that. They didn't like that.
How so?
They thought that they just weakened the Hulk way too much, but I disagree with that. Those are just nerds. A lot of nerds in the MCU community, they won't be happy with anything, because if they had Hulk smash his way through, they'll be like, well, he has no character development now.
You can't do Thor Ragnarok without that like development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You had to humanize him.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Marvel news yesterday. We don't need to get into that, but if you don't have a Disney Plus subscription right now, you need to get one.
Yeah, Marvel's dropping a bunch of shit. We'll cover it
Next
week.
We'll cover it
my
next
God.
episode because
You're
there's a lot to talk about.
And you're gonna watch me geek on this comic book shit. I'm
gonna
gonna bring the fucking heat, because that's some shit I know about. So like,
we need to table that because I'm hot on it.
I love it. What'd you do for the holidays, man?
I went home to Philadelphia.
Nice, dude. I think one of the last episodes I went in on Philly just because it was funny, but I
Yeah.
truly do like. That's one of my, when I meet people from Philly, I get excited when someone says they're from Philly. I'm like, oh, cool. I feel like you're one of me. Like,
we're all passionate about being from Philadelphia, and here's the thing: like, if you ask any non-asshole like how their experience in Philadelphia was, they're gonna have a positive experience. If you go into Philadelphia and you be an asshole,
yeah,
you're gonna get treated like an asshole, just like you would pretty much anywhere.
I didn't know that until like last week, that the name Philadelphia itself it means brotherly love.
Yeah, man.
City of brotherly love.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
We're
I didn't know that.
we're down to clown.
Yeah, that
We're
was
down to clown.
cool. I like that.
So did like the whole quarantine, get tested thing before I went up to be safe.
Nice, responsible.
Took the dog, made the drive, had a blast. Hadn't seen my family since Christmas.
Okay, so are you in one of these families where it's like awkward and or are you like, is it like an enjoyable experience for you?
Oh, it's an enjoyable experience.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
Good for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of people just complain like, oh, the holiday is gonna be awkward, or there's gonna
I
be
hate
arguments.
that.
Like, I don't mind arguments. I just don't like the weird passive aggressive bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
get the argument out, yell in each other's faces, but make sure it's productive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just fucking weird. Like, I don't know. If it's that bad and it's toxic, I just feel like people should not go.
Yeah, just remove yourself.
You're an
It's
adult.
healthier
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah. Go on vacation. You deserve it.
Yeah. Like it's weird. It's weird that people like put themselves in torture situations like that, or they just go into it like expecting a problem to happen, and so like there's got to be like a contributing factor to that. Like if you think it's going to happen, you're probably going to act like it's going to happen.
Yep.
And if you act like it's going to happen, it's probably going to cause like something, cause a spark or something. Right?
That's right. I would look inward because you might be the asshole. You
Right?
might be the one actually causing the
No.
problem
It's the
and not
people who
even
say
seeing
that,
it.
it's the people who say like they don't like drama, but then like the second everyone leaves, they're like, "Hey, did you hear about so and so?"
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. When people say I don't like drama, it's a
Red
red
flag.
flag at this point.
Yeah.
I say I love drama. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I love anything that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When people tell me they're drama, it's like it's good. It's like because it just shows that we're all the same.
for sure.
And that shit, all that stuff, like, because I've talked to a lot of people and,
Yep.
and different socioeconomic classes, all this shit, and a lot of us just have the same fucking problems, bro. And that's what gives me
100%.
hope.
Well, I got 99 problems, but
Family's not one.
Family's definitely not
Good for
one.
you, buddy. That's fucking great.
So, hadn't seen him in like 9 months. So it was, good food for the soul.
Nice.
Or actually, I guess 11 months because I hadn't seen him since the previous Christmas.
Yeah.
So it was good. I was there for a week. And then, right back down to Raleigh. How was yours?
It was good. Sorry, I was looking for the chat. I cannot find the chat. So if anybody's in the...
If you're in the chat, we appreciate you.
Yep.
We love you, but we may not be able to see what you're saying. And that's quite all right.
Yeah.
And that's quite all right.
Just hang in there with us, guys, all right? We're figuring this out. What was your question? Sorry.
It was, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was really good. Me and Rachel, we hosted.
You hosted,
Thanksgiving
right?
For the first time, bro.
Yeah.
Growing up, man, we're I think we're the alpha family. We will be for the extended family, like our side. It's like we got to take
Yep.
the lead. So we're like, fuck it, we're gonna start our own traditions.
You took the ball.
100%.
Yeah.
Because people don't establish boundaries, and then they have a kid and they're like, oh, we got to go travel to 47 places so that we can see everyone. And I'm gonna go, no, if you want to see me, you can come to me.
Here I am, rocking like a hurricane.
Here we go. So
Yeah.
we rocked it out. We didn't do the traditional thing. We didn't do turkey. What we did was I did a pernil, which is pork shoulder.
Say that again.
Pernil. Yeah, so it's
Can we
pernil.
say? Can we?
Pernil.
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 Are you saying? Are you just
Go
saying? Are you just saying panini with like a rolled tongue?
It's pernil.
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 Yeah.
You keep changing it every time.
I know. I got it.
Does it either end with an N or an L? I don't know.
All right, so the pernil, delicious.
Tell me what that is.
It was a pork shoulder marinated in sofrito.
Okay.
Say sofrito.
Sofrito.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah,
Good
I'm
job
good on that one.
I like that. So sofrito is it's like a fresh marinade made. I made it in a blend. My mom does it in a blender, but I had a Ninja. So if you got a Ninja, if you want to do this, hit me up and we'll do like an Instagram thing, and I'll make it with you.
The World Local News account a DM.
So you
you want the recipe.
You get cilantro, oregano, garlic, a red onion, 3 bell peppers, and 3 yellow peppers, right? You just blend it up. You put a little bit of vinegar. Here's the thing, guys, is that since it's a Hispanic recipe, there's no measurements. And I know some of you are freaking out, right? People are probably freaking out. There's no measurements. How you gonna? That's the magic of it all. My spirit is gonna be flowing through you as you make this marinade. So you put it in the blender, you fucking blend it up, and then now it looks like it's a marinade.
Like a salsa.
Yeah, like a salsa. Yeah, and then you just pour it on there. Then you stab the pork. That's very therapeutic.
All right, man. Is this Cooking with Freddie or World Local News? I'd watch an episode. You should launch a cooking show.
I should have Francisco host it. That's what I should.
I would
do.
watch it. All right. So, did you get rave reviews for your pork shoulder?
Oh, crushed it.
Yeah,
crushed it.
That's the one nice thing about my mother usually does the cooking for Thanksgiving, and
That's sexist.
I mean, we offer to help. The men offer to help.
I don't know. I gotta watch you guys.
I mean, hey, listen.
I gotta get invited for dinner and see what's going on. And
Well,
then eat the food.
this is gonna be a food experience that's probably different than a lot of white Thanksgivings, because good cooking has been passed down through generations in my family.
Ooh,
so my
why?
mom
Where does that come from?
So my mom's side of the family, my grandparents, they started restaurant chains.
Nice. Oh, okay.
So barbecue, burgers,
Yeah.
chicken, like good food. So all of that has been passed down through my mom.
Yeah.
So she can throw down in the kitchen. So
Nice.
no dried turkey.
No,
going
yeah,
on in
yeah.
the Perlman household.
I like that. Shots fired at your own people. Traitor.
100%. I mean, just step your shit up. Learn to use some spice. It's okay. Spice
Right?
is nice.
Some people it gets them like. Some people think pepper is
Spice
spicy.
is nice. Nah, come on. Spice is nice.
I did the one chip challenge on Instagram. Did you watch that?
I did.
You did. Yeah, I put it on the line, bro.
I mean,
I thought I was gonna throw up at one point.
I would have done it with you.
It's that's cool. Do a duet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, I would do a duet with someone. I would only do it if someone
We could do
with
the hot
me.
wings challenge.
Oh, I could do that too.
We could do that.
I like wings a lot.
You could do that. So what's going on for Christmas? Are you going to travel? You're gonna stay put? Oh no, you're the host.
Yeah. So I'm gonna no, Chris. We're going up to Richmond.
Okay.
I believe, unless
Okay.
unless I'm on call, in which case I'm staying.
Okay.
And if I end up staying here, I'm gonna do a live stream. On
Christmas Day?
Christmas Day. I'm gonna have a drink. I'm gonna drink and tell Christmas stories. And if people want to join the
You
live stream,
you should read like a Christmas book, like how the Grinch stole Christmas.
Shit.
I'd watch.
Okay, I would definitely. And I'm gonna comment on
And
that
like
too.
do voices.
Yes.
And like the whole nine.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it for people that don't really either maybe they're beefing with their families and they don't want to fucking go or
Sure.
anything like that.
COVID,
or
they're not-
COVID.
yeah.
Yeah, because in college there was a lot of years because wrestling was during the winter.
Yep.
That I didn't go home for the holidays, and I got kind of used to it. And my mom isn't crazy about the holidays either, but I kind of liked it spending it at a bar. And people think that's depressing, but there was just a bunch of people at this bar for the holidays, and it was the same feel.
Yeah.
No matter what bar you went to, it was just a lot of that, like
Interesting.
people looking to not be alone,
Yeah.
And I always found that it was a cool vibe.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I've only missed I missed Christmas a few years ago. It was like the first time I ever missed a family holiday, and I remember just staying put. Like I didn't go out. I didn't do anything. I just ordered in.
Why didn't you go out?
I liked the solitude. I liked the quiet.
Bro, it's so like the somber. It's like the sun, because usually it's like
Walking
the sun's not
around,
out.
yeah.
It's like overcast, kind of windy. You like have your jacket and you maybe you go watch a movie alone.
I
Yeah,
definitely would have done that. Oh, I wish I would have thought of
Dude,
that.
that's days like that. You feel like you're like, oh my god, I'm
That
like,
would have been good.
you pretend to be kind of like sadder than you really are, just
Yeah.
because it's like the weather. It's like melancholy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
malaise.
So, all right, man. So,
Bro, I have all these useless English words that I don't really use unless you're either trying to sound smart or it just makes sense. But the people need to understand it, and there's just a lot of useless words that I don't need.
I appreciate them. I appreciate.
Yeah,
But like
only my like English major friends understand the words. Like,
dude, I roll with some pretty smart dudes from my home friend group.
fucking nerds.
Oh man, but they were like, remember like probably like 10 years ago where like nerd became like a cool thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
I remember the movie I was
I've-
watching when I realized it.
I've never thought that they were nerdy ever in my life. It's like since knowing them since middle school. But like they were the cool kids.
Yeah.
Like that pioneered like that 10 years ago movement.
Really?
Yeah.
Your friends?
Yeah. Like they were those kids.
Oh wow. The like
in the
I'm
best way.
I'm gonna develop an app crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's cool. I had a few of my friends went to prison and stuff. They were revolutionary in other ways, you know.
I have some of my crew that did that as well.
Like my buddy, he could have started like a budgeting system because he used to, eat a lot of food for not a lot of money in prison. I don't know what he was doing.
Trading favors,
maybe,
wink,
right?
wink.
And we don't know. I would sell my booty hole in prison because the value system's different out there. You know?
Do you think they accept crypto now?
Probably. Or you can be
That's
a crypt.
getting like
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is
You can
crypto,
get
but it's like
you can get cryptoed.
it's crypto or crypt bucks that you can. Like, it's like, is this like Bitcoin? What the fuck is Bitcoin, nigga? What the fuck you talking about?
All right. So let's now that we went from the holidays to Bitcoin trading in prison.
Yeah, in prison. Yeah.
Speaking of prison and the military industrial complex.
Transition.
Transition.
Combo breaker.
Boom, boom, boom. So Freddie, the first topic you really wanted to spearhead this one is Joe Biden announcing his cabinet. If you're just listening, Freddie is now about to pour himself a drink.
Listen,
because he's got feelings.
Guys, listen. I'm just saying. I know we were hype. Trump lost. The election results are real. So if you're a Republican thinking that they're not, you need to fucking wake up. All right, buddy? Game's over. Biden's going to be president. But what I ask of everyone is to have the same level of critique and standard that you had for Trump, that same energy, keep that for Biden, because he is not your buddy. He's not your friend, all right?
100%.
These guys are politicians, and we keep fucking harping on that all the time here, all right? So now Joe Biden's cabinet choices came out, and who do you think they have? Do you think they put Andrew Yang or maybe some kind of like somebody that's cool with clean energy? And what do you think they did, Greg?
Anyone good for education?
I don't even know.
Anyone good for? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say.
What do you think? Tell me.
Probably not the most clandestine cast of characters. Probably not the best group.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So Biden's cabinet. This is from the In These Times publishing. What do you call this? News place.
Yep.
Check them out. You can check out this article. The title of the article is 1/3 of Biden's Pentagon transition team gets money from the weapons industry. 1/3.
This is I think this is one of the biggest critiques of Democrats that you've made me rethink, which is their heavy investments into the military industrial complex.
Yeah, this is what I talk about when they say they're part of the same team, and people think I'm being like dismissive by saying that, and I'm trying to whatever. But they're all a part of the same team, and there's the corporate Democrats that. I mean, these people all were a part of Halliburton, Northrop Grumman, either a part of a think tank or they worked for them, and now they're going to be, handling this kind of shit. They're a part of his cabinet. So I'm going to go through a couple of quotes from the from this article. Hold on. So a lot of these people were in the CSIS, which is the Center for Strategic and International Studies, is listed as the most recent employment of 3 individuals on Biden's Department of Defense agency review team. Kathleen Hicks, she's a former defense official under President Obama, Melissa Dalton, and Andrew Hunter. All very normal names, nice people.
Yeah, they sound like great people.
The CSIS, what are they, guys? What do we think it is? It's a hawkish and influential foreign policy think tank that receives funding from, this is where they receive funding from. You ready? General Dynamics Corporation, Raytheon, weapons, Northrop Grumman, weapons, Lockheed Martin.
Well, let me guess. Weapons?
Weapons, yeah. Lockheed Martin and other weapons manufacturers and defense contractors, as well as oil companies, right? Because
come on. Come on.
What a...
So, this is one of my biggest gripes, we've talked about it, like, no matter if you're a Democrat or you're Republican, like, chances are your pockets are lined with corporate money.
Yeah.
And it just has to stop. Like,
Yeah.
where are the politicians that are willing to actually work for the people versus these weapons defense, contractors?
Yeah, it's something that it's going to take a long time to do, but if we don't wake the fuck up and understand the power that we have, it's never going to happen.
These are the type of things, like, the cliche, wake up.
Yeah.
Like, these are the things, like, you really need to wake up to, and it's it's what. Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
If you're, the defense department, the Department of State, those are such integral parts to the United States being an influential world power. And, the U.S. has historically led with a very heavy-handed fist.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's complexities and nuances that we don't understand, but at the end of the day,
Sure.
there's a lot of people that make a ton of money. This is
Got to get that money out.
This
man.
is people make a ton of money, and if you fuck with their money, especially at this level, these are literally the people that they're running the game. People call us a democracy. We're not a democracy. This is a plutocracy, oligarchy. We got special interest groups running the fucking game, dog.
Yeah.
All right, Raytheon, that was on that list. Raytheon is a key supplier of bombs to the U.S.-Saudi war in Yemen and has aggressively lobbied to prevent any curbs on arms sales to the Saudi-led coalition. Right?
I mean, sounds like a love.
Bro, imagine that, yo. Imagine you're in sales. I'm in sales. Imagine
Sure.
like we get to make rules that say you can only buy our product.
I mean,
And you can't stop us from selling all of it because you need it.
I'd love for that to be the case.
Yeah.
Because, like, I do good things in education. But it's probably a terrible idea for a defense contractor.
Right? For just bombs.
Probably a bad idea. Yeah.
All right, 2 individuals named for Biden's Department of Defense agency review team, Eli Ratner and Susan Bloom, list the think tank Center for a New American Security as their most recent employer. The CNAS, that's their most recent employer. You ready? The CNAS takes a significant chunk of its money from Northrop Grumman Corporation. They were on that list, as well as U.S. State Department and from Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, all weapons companies, guys. Remember, weapons, and a host of corporations. Hold on, Greg. Including, who else, Greg?
Tell me. Come on.
Oil companies.
Come on.
Yo.
Come on. So, I think, I think one of the, so what do we do? What do we do as the people, who have elected these officials? Is it, writing and calling your senator when they go up for confirmation? How do we shift the conversation in politics around these issues? Like, who is actually serving us? You know what I mean? Like, the taxpayers pay for these politicians.
Yeah.
And, I think the majority of Americans don't want to be in wars. Unnecessary wars,
Yeah.
right? Like, they'd rather have that money go towards healthcare
Yeah.
or education
Yep.
or infrastructure.
Yep.
And so, this is why, I think, I don't think, the majority of people who voted for Joe Biden are excited about what's happening. Because he's making picks like this, which I think, if you're a Biden fan, you're saying, well, hey, just look at who was in office before, and this is bringing us back. But the majority of people who elected Biden are saying, no, we don't want to go back. We want to go in our direction faster.
Yes.
And, on issues like this, they're like, hey, dude, what the hell? Are we just going to go back to all of the wars and the drone strikes of the Obama-Biden era?
I would like to think. Here's an optimistic look on a philosophical level. I would like to think that we've seen that what happens when people don't really like someone because of whatever, the
Yes.
power, the people mobilize. They fucking Georgia got flipped. Great things happen. Hopefully that can be a sign or a hint to the collective conscious, all of us,
Sure.
that we can do shit if we don't like it. So we should take that same energy into this military industrial complex, or we can put military industrial complex aside because maybe that's fucking big, and go to the prison industrial complex, privatized prisons.
Sure.
Something I think that you can make moves and you won't be disturbed. Realistically, you won't be disturbing as big as pockets, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm speaking out of depth there, but
Can I ask a question?
what's up?
So do you think like that type of mobilizing, which like with what they did in Georgia was amazing. Like they got over 1 million people to register to vote. Like I would venture to guess like Democratic turnout's going to be pretty high for this Senate runoff.
I think so too. Democrats are looking to fucking.
I don't think they'll win. I don't think the
No?
Democrats will win
Why?
the Senate seats. Because I think well, it's hard to say, but I think it's become too polarizing, and I think that like and in the election, the Republicans both had more votes. So
Okay.
so I think logic says that it'll probably remain Republican.
Okay.
Um,
Is that good? Like, what is it? What does that mean?
If they win, if the Republicans hold both seats, then they will maintain the majority in the Senate. If they win one seat, they'll also maintain the majority in the Senate. But if the Democrats win 2 seats, Democrats, it would be a 50-50 tie. And what happens in the event of a tie is that the vice president breaks the tie.
Wow.
So Kamala Harris would come in and say, oh, this person that is in a deadlock 50-50 tie to be, approved for the Secretary of Education. Kamala Harris comes in and says, approved.
She go, yeah, I wonder who she owes the favor. Like, all right, this is what I promised you.
I think it's more like who did Biden promise?
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
but
that-
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Or
For
who,
sure.
or who did Northrop Grumman? And who did Raytheon?
Yeah, whoever the oil companies.
Bro, it was like produced by Dick Wolf. That's the oil companies.
Gung,
Or
gung.
Dick, yeah.
That's so funny, man. Well, I just I think so the question that I have is do you think that mobilizing like that is good in terms of how tribal our politics are right now?
Yes.
You do. You think it's a good thing?
Well, repeat that again.
So like the hyper mobilization. So like 1 million new registered Democrats in Georgia.
I think it's a good thing.
Right.
I would say knee jerk, yes.
Knee jerk.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you get more people involved.
I agree.
In politics, voting, caring. This is the start. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. And I think that's the great challenge of the Democratic Party and also the great flaw of the Democratic Party, which
What
is
is it?
they try and be in their messaging all inclusive.
Yeah.
And so it makes it very difficult to fulfill like everyone's needs.
Yeah. So people, who's getting forgotten? Do you think?
Oh, I mean, I think across the board they could be doing better. The Democrats. This was one of the things that we talked about over the holidays. But like, my stance is that the Democrats are kind of playing they're playing an ineffective game against the Republicans. Like they're playing the same game, but the Republicans know how to play to the rules better, so they're scoring more points.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Democrats just don't have like the type of ruthlessness to like manipulate the game that Republicans do.
So you're
to
saying
like get shit done.
You're saying Democrats a little pussy. Politicians, not the voters.
Right.
I'm sure some Democrat voters are pussy, but there's also Republican Democrat. Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That was the pussy report, guys.
yeah. Ba, ba, ba. So you know, the challenge with appealing to everyone is that you're never going to please everyone. And I think that creates, you know, just a situation where everyone gets left behind. Everyone's like getting their needs met. You know, this is an arbitrary number to like 70%.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, you know, hopefully the remaining 30% you can figure out like in your community or by yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
So
The one thing with this whole thing was like we're fucking around and shit. We're giving the news that we gave was real, and we the oil company shit we're fucking around, but just
demand better.
yes,
Demand
Thank
better
you,
from
Greg.
all
Thank
these
you.
people. They work for us.
thank you.
They work for us.
Tell them, bro.
Golly.
I mean, just look into the article in these times. Look up the article. Tell me what you think. If there's something that we missed, that you think, whatever.
And if these people are being confirmed by your state senator and you disagree, like the way you engage, it may not work, but like use your voice, call them up, flood the phone lines, send emails, write things, do something, contribute, organize people to do a write your senator campaign or go protest outside of their office.
Here's what I would do. I would say, let's take it a step back and go deeper and say, just do something different politically, more involved. That's a step or two from what you're already doing, no matter where you're at. So either you can vote. If you're not voting, you can go to like or even just looking up who's your local politician. Just
talk to them.
Do something a little bit out of your comfort zone politically. I'm gonna do the same. I mean, this show is really that for me too, because it was a great way to focus on what's going on in the world in that context. I didn't really follow politics. I'm like a lot of people. Wasn't really into it until I guess the past few years or so.
I mean, people are busy, man. People, maybe they have time to read an article or maybe they have time to, check out the front page of the newspaper. But
yeah, people are busy, but people are also full of shit. And that's what I've noticed as I started paying attention to politics is as people talk, they're full of shit. They're hypocrites. And right now I'm checking off the which party's full of shit list. When Trump won, there were things that the Democrats did that I think were not honorable. And the Republicans called him out for that, rightfully so. But now, as Trump has lost this election, I see Republicans doing the dishonorable things that they were talking shit about when Trump won. Right. Saying that the election's a fraud. Check box. You guys already got that check. Yep. Republicans, chill the fuck out. Right? Like,
sure.
Am I off base there? Did I come in hot?
No.
What do you think?
I love the temperature.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I love the temperature.
All right.
Well, I think more people, the good news is that more people are active in politics and more people came out to vote than ever before.
Yes.
Biden's, in the all-time history books, top vote getters right now, Joe Biden 1, Donald Trump 2.
I would say that's not because of Joe Biden, but because of Donald Trump. I like to add that in there because
that's interesting.
Yeah, it was an anti-Trump vote. Come on,
let's hop the story order and let's go into Trumpism real quick.
Okay, perfect.
Let's do
You're
that.
the fucking man, dude.
Because
this is great.
Because I think that's super interesting.
What is Trumpism?
All right, so Trumpism, I think, is just this crazy populist movement, pro-America. Get riled up at rallies.
Yeah.
Focus on what the slogans and the taglines are, but you don't know what's really going on. It's like celebrity politics.
Yes.
It's like celebrity politics. And so, I think one thing that no one can deny is that Trump and his brand tapped into something in over 70 million Americans psyche, and the messaging worked. It clicked.
Yeah.
It clicked.
Yeah.
And
Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, he breaks it down quite nicely. He broke it down before the election. And he talks about how Donald Trump's the master manipulator.
Yeah.
Using his charisma and all that. And
sure.
He breaks it down quite nicely. But yeah.
I mean, so think about it. Everything that has gone on since the COVID era. So, he talked about talked about mail-in balloting. You know, he planted seeds that mail-in balloting would happen. He planted seeds that there would be fraud. He planted all these seeds.
Yeah, I can see that. I agree with that.
And so, like, he was setting the stage. Like, he's a master media manipulator too. Like, Trump controls the narrative. Like, he's like a master of misdirection. Like, he'll do something and it gets a ton of coverage, and you know, the next day he'll do something else, and then he'll do something else 3 days later.
Yeah.
So like there was never able to be like focus on one thing, because it was always off to the next thing. So
Yes.
like when that happens, I think no matter who it is, like whether it was Donald Trump or if it was another, you know, person acting that way, like at some point, like it becomes too much and you start slipping things under the rug.
Yeah.
So the question, you know, the question that I have is, you know, does that style of politics linger and stay around, and has it changed our politic forever? Or you know, do the Republicans do what Democrats could have done better after 2016, which was take a minute, pause, reorganize, restructure, you know, repackage your messaging, and come back with a different brand? Because if I'm a Republican strategist, I'm saying, holy shit, 78 million people came out to vote for Joe Biden. And, you know, there were, you know, there was a lot of growth in getting like young people out to vote. And, you know, they didn't do as well in certain suburban areas. And so, you know, I just wonder, you know, is that brand of politics going to keep thriving and become, you know, continue to fuel this divide, or does that whole movement end when Donald Trump leaves office?
I think here's my take on it. No, understanding humans at a deeper level than most people, this is what I think, is that yes, it has changed. I think his reign has changed politics forever.
Yeah.
But not at the extent to which the fever was while he's in presidency. So I think it's good. It's like a drug. People are coming off of the Trump drug, and it's going to drop a little bit. It's like when Bitcoin, you know, it went from like the 1,000, 2,000 range, then shot all the way up to 18, and then it crashed, quote unquote. But it didn't crash. It just it sat around 8,000 or 9,000 consistently.
What are you, a Bitcoin guy now? This is the second Bitcoin reference.
Well, yeah. It's it's a great idea. And so now, and now it's back
shout
to
out,
like
shout out to blockchain,
right? Shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever the fuck the name is. It's a group, or I love how it's Shichaki Nashimoto is the name of the person or the anonymous person or group. Because, like, it's Asian, right? So the people are going to adopt that quick. If it was called Aquarius Quentin.
What if it's a white guy and it's just cultural appropriation? Like, that's real dick.
Yeah,
you know
I like that. I mean? It's just Donald Trump. He created. But
what if it actually was, like, a fat guy in New Jersey, like Trump said, like, way back when?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I think what's crazy is, like, before the show, I read an article, a Fox News poll, said that 55% of Americans think they're worse off after the last 4 years from where they were 4 years ago.
55%?
Yeah, so the majority of Americans.
But who, out of that 55%, who's Democrat, who's Republican?
The poll didn't say.
That's a very...
But the point is, it doesn't matter. Like
it does, because
I would assume they're taking. I would have to make the assumption that they're not just polling all Democrats or all Republicans. I'm sure there's an even sampling.
Yeah, the DNC fucking bitched out Bernie Sanders and gave Hillary Clinton the vote. So I don't put anything past anybody. Stats can be skewed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well. You know, if you're following along live with us, or if you're listening, we are recording on December 11th, where in around 6 p.m. the Supreme Court rejected pretty much the last gasping straw, the Texas lawsuit where they were trying to say that 4 of the swing states, they were trying to get the electors to vote against what the people who the people voted for.
Yeah.
And that's wild. And the Supreme Court, including the 3 judges that Trump nominated, were all like, "See you later, pal." Like,
wow,
this lawsuit's out of here.
So
it's over.
To people, my friends that are Republican right wing voters, whatever, you lost, buddy. All right.
All right. Now, speaking of lost, how about my man Nate Robinson?
Oh yeah.
How about my man Nate Robinson?
Hold on, let me finish the thought on the Republicans. You lost.
Oh, transition.
No. Combo breaker. No, I'm saying you lost. Just fucking take it honorably and let's do something different than last time. You guys are the party of accountability and all this shit, and you think you're better than the Democrats, and this is the way to do it. If you do some real gangster shit and fucking let's try to bring it all together. All right?
Togetherism.
Unlike Nate Robinson getting knocked the fuck out.
All right. So if you don't know what we're talking about celebrity Instagram, boxing, former NBA star Nate Robinson.
Yep.
Squared off against what would you call Jake Paul?
Jake Paul is Instagram. He's social media royalty.
Social media, like OG.
Yeah, him and his brothers got really big during the Vine era, and they moved out to California. Them, King Batch, a bunch of other guys, and they did sketches. Then they moved to YouTube. His brother they were doing like vlogs every day. They were like the original motherfucking wave. I would say they're social media royalty. That 25 million YouTube followers.
They're
polarizing
figures, though, right?
As they gotten older, you got to stay relevant. The brother Jake Paul went to the suicide forest in Japan. Weird. And videotaped someone hanging off a tree. So he had to take it low, and you could tell there was a shift in his brand where it was a little bit more, a little less like that, I guess. So now they're going to kind of trolling and talking shit to.
Dude, they're talking
to boxers.
They're talking shit to everyone. They're talking to boxers. They're talking to
other
NBA stars,
YouTube celebrities.
other
So
YouTubers.
He fought another a UK YouTuber.
No, that was his brother.
That was his brother. Yeah,
That
his
was
brother.
Logan.
Yeah. So this is already going on in the YouTube world where they're doing fights, which I think is smart.
It's a really stupid thing to do, like fighting.
Yeah.
Like, it's very dangerous.
I will tell you this,
You
bro.
don't fuck around.
I would, if once I go to comedy full time, I would absolutely take a fight for the purpose of creating content.
As would I.
Yeah.
As would I. But like, it's they're thankfully they're younger guys.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
It would be stupid for me to do it because I'm
Yeah,
like 10
yeah.
years older.
Yeah. Like, I'd hope you'd wear headgear.
Yeah, no, I think headgear makes it worse.
Yeah, I know.
It then makes your head. It makes it a bigger target. It's like, I don't know, bro. I'm really good
All
at
right.
not getting hit.
All right. Well, yeah. No,
I got good head movement.
but that's the key.
I dance bachata and shit when I fight.
I'm
like Don Flamenco.
So
but,
do you?
but
So
good.
do you like this movement of? So we're not even talking about the main event, which was Mike Tyson and Roy Jones.
Yeah.
2 of the greatest boxers of all time who are in their
time.
50s.
Yeah.
Fighting for millions of dollars.
I thought it was a good fight. I thought it was a good fight in the sense of like, I didn't want to see 2 dudes knock each other's heads off, 50-year-old men. That would have been
No.
too sad because Mike Tyson would have blew his fucking
It
lid
looked
off.
like Tyson was really hurting his body, though.
Yes, and then he was taking it. He was taking it easy on him. He was a lot of body, like,
I know.
yeah,
Dude, growing up, what was cool is that I got to watch that with my dad, and growing up I used to watch Tyson fights with him. So
Yeah.
that was cool. But like, I also had to explain like who Jake Paul and who Nate Robinson were.
yeah,
And like why they were headlining or the co-main event.
yeah.
Which it's very strange that like that's where we're at as a society.
I think that promotion's gonna blow the fuck up.
Well, I mean, so now
Thriller. is
Jake
what it's called?
Paul's brother Logan is gonna fight Floyd Mayweather, who is arguably one of the best boxers, if not the greatest boxer of all time.
I would
He's
say-
50-0.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I would say greatest boxer of all time. And yeah, this is another fight. You're gonna want to watch it. This is a step above.
And listen to this. Listen to this. They're being very smart about how they're pricing it. So you could buy it today for $24.99. After it reaches like 1 million buys, it becomes another price. After Christmas, it becomes another price.
That's a great way to tier it.
And so, like, if you buy it day of, I think it's like $75, but like you could get it today for like $24.99.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty smart.
Are you gonna watch it?
Absolutely.
Nice.
And I'll probably be the asshole that waits until it's $75.
Yeah, your ego's getting in the way.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't want to pay too early.
Well, I don't know where I'll be, so
Yeah.
like maybe someone else will buy it.
I like people said the Roy Jones Mike Tyson fight. Someone said that they fought like uncles at a barbecue, like they were hugging a lot.
Give me that plate.
Yeah, fuck you.
That's funny, man. Well, Floyd Mayweather is like not a big dude, and Logan Paul is kind of big. Like Logan Paul is like 6'1", 6'2", 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And Floyd is like
He was a wrestler.
5'8" and like 150.
Logan Paul's his name because I said Jake Paul. Who's Jake Paul?
Jake Paul's his brother.
Oh, my bad.
He's the one who knocked out Nate Robinson.
Yeah, my bad. I was thinking. I said, yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
I said it correctly then.
Okay, you're good.
False alarm.
False alarm.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's very like it's definitely just a money grab.
Oh yeah, for sure, and everybody's loving it.
Who wins, Floyd or Logan Paul?
Floyd does. It's not even.
Not even close?
Yeah.
You don't think? Do you think he'll land one punch?
No.
Not one.
No, unless it's set up.
Even
No.
Conor McGregor landed a couple.
Yeah,
landed some
and
shots
this dude
at Floyd.
can't even throw close to the hands of Conor McGregor, bro. This is
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
It's so the disparity is. I just know like a 10-year boxing dude,
Yep.
like a pro versus like someone with
Floyd Mayweather was bred at birth for boxing.
Yeah, he can just. I'm telling you, it's like yeah. It's just
All right.
yeah. This is all. I want to see how it is so I can go. Was this fucking to what level is it gonna be staged? Is he gonna fucking put him out in the first round? I don't know.
All right. We need to find, dude. We need to find another like podcast where we could have like a celebrity boxing match against them,
Oh, dude, I would totally do that. I'm telling you. Once
like a tag team.
Once we go full time with this, and I'm not doing the day job, I'll pick up a fight just for so I can train. I'll document it all.
Yeah.
I'll fight whoever. I'll fight another fucking podcaster. I don't give a shit. Fight my fucking dad, dude. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Dude, we could fight the conspiracy beer me guys.
Oh, dude. All right. That's exactly what we're going to fight. And we'll do 3 against 2 because we'll fuck you guys up. Sam Mazzani, Shane Smith, and Justin Scranton. Guys,
But shout out to the conspiracy beer me guys.
yes. They're the 132nd comedy podcast
In the world.
in the world.
Based
In the
right
world.
here.
Based right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Comedians out here. They're
We'll
killing the
fuck them
game.
up.
So if you want some good, funny talks on conspiracies, I would check out this podcast. It's called Conspiracy Beer Me.
Amazing podcast, but we will fuck them up.
So what we're about to tell you is I would go to theirs for probably a much even
way
better
more about
take.
this.
Yeah, they've collectively had a lot less sex than Greg and I over the years. So they'll give you all the information on like conspiracies and all that. I was completing like athletic achievements and wrestling championships and things like that, and they were like, reading conspiracies online as kids. So I would check out their podcast. A lot of information.
So transition. So, dude, have you been tracking? So I think they did cover this, but have you been tracking these monoliths that have been popping up around the world?
Yeah, I heard it was an ad
like-
for Pier 1 Imports. Is that?
Is that correct?
No, I just made that.
Oh man.
I just made that up.
I mean, like at this stage in 2020, like nothing would surprise me. They very
Yeah.
well could be that, but it popped up in Utah. It popped up somewhere in Europe.
Wow.
Then and then this week,
What country in Europe did it land in?
I think it was Romania, maybe. I don't know.
That's where that would be. That makes
It's where it
sense.
would be, right?
Yeah, some bad luck shit. Romania has a lot of gypsies and shit. There's a lot of black
know,
magic
man.
going on.
I know.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, gypsies.
Yeah.
So this week, an Israeli scientist came out. He was like he's their former like top whatever the equivalent of NASA is. Like he was their guy, like their scientist guy. And he came out and was basically like, "Yo, we've made contact with the aliens. They've asked us not to publish anything." Because like the humanity is not ready for it. And so like
this is an Israeli dude.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to understand Israeli people before we like take in this information, because
I'd love to hear your stance on Israeli people.
Israeli men, they're wild boys. All right, this could have been a drunk night for him. He could have been hallucinating. Dude, what's this guy's background? He worked at the thing, right?
Yeah.
Still doesn't disqualify him, bro. These are Israeli men.
I mean,
they don't fuck around, bro.
If you've seen the movie Independence Day, we know guys who work in like alien, craft can be a little wacky. So,
yes.
So it's possible. I don't know. So are you a believer in aliens? Do you think the monolith was dropped off by an aliens? Were the pyramids built by aliens?
I think the monoliths were dropped off. Maybe the first dudes that did it were fucking cool and interesting, and then every person after that got less and less cool.
Interesting.
That dropped them off.
I want to know. I'd love to know what our listeners think. Like, what's the split? Do you guys believe in aliens or not? If you're watching on YouTube, drop it in the comments. Shoot us a message. Let us know.
Do you believe in aliens? Also,
do you believe in aliens?
Also, do you believe in Bill Cosby? Make sure you answer that one as well. All right. So we got.
I mean, if you believe in aliens, then you believe in Bill Cosby,
right? So, Conspiracy Beer Me, check out that podcast. And I was So, how do you feel about the monoliths and all? What do you think? Like,
I mean, I think the monoliths are most likely some sort of stunt.
Yes.
I think if it does turn out to be a Pier 1 thing, maybe it's like man, it would be one heck of a good like cult or religious recruiting tool.
Yeah, because the monolith is a part of some ancient storytelling thing, right?
Correct.
Because I've seen the monolith covered in other forms of art.
Yeah.
So it has to do. Yeah, it has some other shit. Conspiracy Beer Me probably knows what monoliths mean.
Like, oh yeah, we put them up our butts whenever we're editing our podcast.
Well, in terms of aliens, like the guys from Conspiracy Beer Me exist, so there has to be aliens, right? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're saying that they look like aliens?
Oh yeah, all of them.
I can
all
see
three.
They do look like aliens wearing human skin over them.
Yeah.
Like
in Men in Black. Like in Men in Black.
Bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So like, there's no way we're alone. Like, there's just no way.
No,
there's too much that we don't know about the rest of the universe.
Yeah.
To like completely to say. Like my answer is I don't know if they're aliens or not, because I've never been I've never met someone who was like, hey, I know I look like you, but I'm an alien, but like I can't rule it out either. Like, why would you if you rule out that aliens do not exist? I feel like you just lack like a curiosity gene.
Yeah, I definitely I would rather lean more towards there is than there isn't.
I mean, I feel like the better bet is that there are aliens.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And some of them are kids and they're in cages. Yeah.
It was very dark.
That's that's going on. So
turn.
We do that here. We bring you up and we bring it down kind of hard. We're the fair ride that was built by a meth head, and we bring it down, and now we're here, baby. All right.
That's the carousel that just goes up, down, and down, and down, and down, and then a little back up.
Yeah.
Oh man,
we're on fire today.
Bro. We're on fire today.
We covered a lot.
We're
at the hour mark.
You want to talk about breaking my heart?
What happened?
Rest in peace to Tommy Tiny Lister, aka Debo.
Yep.
You've seen him in movies such as Friday.
Yep.
You've seen him as the president in The Fifth Element.
Yep.
He's acted alongside Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
I mean, the dude is a legend.
Yeah. Him as
2020 is just an unrelenting asshole.
Yeah. I mean 2020's fucking people up.
And you know, I think the really uplifting thing is that 2021's probably going to be a lot of 2020 for a little while.
Yeah.
And that sucks. But man, I think we get a new opportunity to shake things up and try and make things better.
I think so. I would tell you this, that most people, when I talk to on an individual level, 2020 was great for them.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a lot. It's like it's coming in, and a lot of people. I know that I'm not saying that people aren't doing well. I'm just saying I think a lot of people. I talked about this in my Dolo class. It's gonna, and since the beginning of COVID, this is gonna make people so much better in the long run. And a lot of people are actualizing a lot of this shit. Maybe like pent up potential, all that. Which is crazy on an individual level, but overall, which is weird. At the same time, we're still kind of fucked,
I know.
We got this warmongering cabinet coming in. We just got a lot of mending to do, and it's gonna take work and it's gonna take energy, man.
2021 has to be like a year of care and healing, and a return to reason.
Yeah. Speaking of healing, vaccines. We're gonna cover vaccines as our last topic. We're
All right. Tell me.
What do you think? All right, here's my thoughts. I'm probably gonna have to take the vaccine for work because I work in the hospitals and shit like that. But let's fucking walk it back a couple steps, and let's just the whole like anti-mask thing. I feel like this is a good time for me to give you my perspective on this. There's people out there that are very emotional and they're in on this anti-mask thing super hard. And I find it very weird because there's other things in the world, a little more tangible and more important for you to get upset about or for you to get emotional.
Sure.
There's literally other things you can do.
Sure.
And I feel like if you're emotional and you're like marching through a Target, anti-masking or protesting or like putting too much thought into it, I think that you're exposing yourself for not being a critical thinker and for not having much going on in your life.
It is a very weird hill to die on.
Very weird. Very weird. It's just there's literally anything you could do. Like, and it's just very weird.
It also,
any angle you look at it, even if you go that they're trying to control us, they're trying to manipulate us. Like there's other things in that sect of that idea that you could tackle,
right?
That help, and
right?
That aren't anti-mask.
It's like you're missing the forest for the trees.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with the anti-mask thing. So now people are like, there's literally people that think there's a mind control chip in the vaccine.
Sure.
And I think some people need a fucking mind control chip.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they'd stop eating McDonald's. They'd stop. Fuck. Man.
Well, I like McDonald's.
I mean, but they would eat McDonald's in healthy portions.
Yeah.
And they would also eat salads 5 times a week.
Yeah, I feel like you're taking away our freedoms right now, bro.
Well, apparently that is, the freedom to have, an American population that's 56% obese.
Yeah.
I mean, that is let freedom ring, baby.
Bro, I'll tell you this much, bro. I cannot hate on obese people whatsoever because my issues with food.
Sure.
I binge eat. I get it, bro. If I could be fat, I would. So shout out to fat people that are crushing it. If you're overweight and obese and like making money and taking care of your family, I really respect you because if I could be a fat nigga crushing it, I would do that in a heartbeat. But I get depressed when I gain too much weight and I get very sad and I
get that.
I physically can't do it. But the second I can blow this body out, I'm doing it, bro.
I always I don't think I'll ever allow myself because I'm too psychotic.
Well, your metabolism too.
But I also exercise like a psychotic person. I just I don't put it on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But I always wanted like the big belly and you could rest the can on it.
Oh yeah.
I always wanted that, but I don't think I'll get there.
I like that.
I don't think I'll get there.
I think that's a show, right? Oh wait, no. What are your thoughts on the vaccine and all this? Sorry, my bad.
Oh man,
my bad. I
wow.
thought. Sorry. Yeah.
Good news. The good news, bad news is that I don't think me personally, I'm gonna have to make a decision about taking it anytime soon.
Yeah, you get to let the waves.
Yeah, I mean, so I am, I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means. Like, I'd like to, I'm pretty sure that if these vaccines clear FDA approval,
Yeah.
that at least from what I know about mRNA vaccines is that they typically like you would know very quickly if there were going to be any adverse effects.
Why?
Apparently, like in the first 6 weeks of getting an injection, like that's when it does its thing, and then after that, it's like,
Yeah.
but again, even if that is like factual evidence, about LMNOP vaccines, then we still wouldn't know what the long-term effects were, but the science would say that you're good. So if it gets to the point where I have to take it, I would take it.
Yeah.
I would hope that anyone that is eligible to take it takes it and continues to follow the guidelines that all of the manufacturers are recommending, which is like, hey, like you might need to get 2 doses. So like in between doses, you should continue to wear a mask and continue to social distance and, all those things.
I don't know if this is irresponsible for me to say, but I definitely can't hate on someone if they're going to wait and not be a part of that first wave that gets the vaccine just to see what the side effects are on a mass scale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that would slow down adoption because we have so many listeners that listen to this podcast. And we could influence the waves, but like I can't hate on that because
I think I think there's not going to be like we're not going to be flooded with tests or with vaccine doses.
Yeah.
Like they're just not going to be a lot of them that are manufactured.
Celine Dion's definitely getting a vaccine first, right?
I mean, hopefully celebrities and like, just wealthy people don't get them first unless they're in, one of these groups. Like if Celine Dion gets one before a frontline worker, like
that makes sense for our country.
But she's Canadian. It makes sense for Canada.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, for Canada. Yeah, she's a.
I mean, make America great again, Freddie.
Yeah, she's Canadian royalty. Her and Drake will they'll have the vaccine the first day.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Hall of Fame Canadians.
And they'll collab and they'll do a COVID special. Celine
Celine
Dion and Drake collab.
Wow, like they could do a song accompanied by like some merch, a Nike drop.
Yep.
I'm into it.
I love it, man.
I'm into it. Well, dang, man. Good show. Again,
what are your closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts is that
about what we covered,
Closing thoughts is that World Local News is on a hot streak. We're riding the wave right now.
Yeah.
And if you're listening, you've found the perfect time to start riding the wave. What we need you to do now is share us out. We're going to get better with our social media. We're going to start putting out clips. This is the World Local News.
Hey, we are better with our social media. One of my TikToks has 1.7 million views on it, bro. This ain't the first thing that's gone viral, all right? I've been on the front.
I can TikTok you. Are you ready? If you're watching, you're going to see this. If you're listening, then get the YouTube. I'm going to TikTok. You ready?
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing the dance.
I TikToked.
I saw a concert of a bunch of kids they were just standing, watching this person and doing that fucking corny ass where they just move their arms and they're like, it was creepy. It legitimately creeped me out.
Well, thankfully, your video that blew up was better than that.
Oh yeah, no, I have talent. You know what I'm saying? So I just, we were funny. It was me and my girl. Just watch the video, follow my TikTok. It has 1.7 million views. Shit is popping off. Doesn't really mean anything, but it does give me validation. It's not one of my first things that's gone viral. I had something be on the front page of Reddit. It had 23,000 upvotes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 23,000 upvotes. Then somebody took it down for some reason. They reported me there's some fucking haters.
That sucks.
Yeah, because I just crushed the joke. I forgot what the joke was. But the point is that the ball's rolling and we're gonna blow up.
Like, follow, subscribe, download, share, all that. You can find me at G Perlman. You can find World Local News on Instagram, YouTube. That you can find Freddie at Freddie Valoy at Fred Talk Podcast. Catch that date live.
Booyakasa.
Probably gonna roll out some skits soon.
Yeah, those are coming. I'm being afraid of those guys. I got a little bit of anxiety.
Everyone message Freddie. Tell him we want the skits.
Oh shit, that's gonna do
We
it.
want the skits.
Social pressure gets me. If it's achieving my goals, you can pressure me into achieving my goals if I'm being scared. So be that friend for your friend, guys. I'm Freddie Valoy, and this is the beautiful Greg Perlman. We're out, guys.
Welcome to World Local News. Recording live from Raleigh, North Carolina, in front of no audience. World Local News, 80% news, 20% bullshit. You've got questions? So do we. Like my grandmother always says, don't knock it till you try it 8 times. I'm not wearing pants. World Local News. Everything is fucked. Let's get on with the show.
We off?